I wrote a script. So for the past few days, I've had like a couple of ideas. Let me just give you a backstory. I've worked on a number of projects for the couple of years that include films, my recent docuseries Footcast. I've started another one before Footcast called Jenny Channel, and then I found it themed a couple of years ago with the mindset of building my portfolio, but I saw that themed is more of a team sport because it's more into film. It's not an idea that I need to hoard. I need to sort of like invite a community. I sold that to a couple of creatives. Some bought into it, but finally, I met genuine creatives who were really in for it, and they started embarking on the journey with me. Then Themed was given to birth. We've done a couple of projects. One of them is Figure It Out, which is a vertical series that we created and has gained so much traction. It gave them the platform, and it was nothing but more like a trial ground, a test ground. We wanted to try something and see if we can create a simple format but get us enough time to sort of like practice and make something for this new age content. I don't know how to put it, but we just wanted to create something and build our portfolio. We've already created 2 short films by then, Distance, which is a short film that I wrote. We shot that. A short film about 2 young lovers that, quickly took decisions quicker. They moved in together quicker, and then, things then happen, relationships fall apart. Instead of attending the elephant in the room, they ended up, separated. The initial idea was, to even include this idea of distance. Basically was informed by an effect where there would be like a shock wave and you'd see these 2 characters, falling into separate spaces. I hope I can include that on the behind the scenes. I tried to direct that, but I realized it's not as easy as I thought. Because also when I wrote the script, I had like a certain location where it would be shot. I imagined like a theater, or a studio with like white walls, and you could see the furniture building up, just to show that they are growing in time lapse. And then the conflict starts, and then these 2 couples, they would sort of like drift apart. But that distance is sort of like caused by when the argument starts, and then they would push each other away, and there would be this shock wave which is supposed to be an alarm that something bad is happening. But instead of attending to that as an elephant in the room, they sort of like focus on the thing that they should be healing, which is the argument, and it grows over and over so much that they drift apart. And the distance would sort of like increase. We would see them, when the shock wave comes, they will be sort of like placed in vast and far location. But I sort of like couldn't do that because of the funds, and I didn't want to wait, which is I think the entire point of Themed and also my vision into this film space, not to wait, not to follow the linear route of filmmaking or trying to make it into the industry, or be also frustrated by the structural restrictions, these gatekeeping systems that we created and are outdated. I didn't want to follow that. I wanted to sort of like create my own systems and processes and if I have certain tools, maybe I can start building. That was the entire idea, but I sort of like, I sort of like followed that, do the film without funds. We did the second film, which is Letter to Her, written by Karabo, which was more of a poem. We shot that basically following the same approach as well, with no funds, but use what we have. We used the studio, and we were sort of like trialing then, when we pushed both these projects, also managed to create like a screening, which the turnout was amazing. We sort of like did also something that was new with this. We were innovative in how we created the entire thing, because we coupled more performances with the screening, which is something that I've never seen. People came to see the films, but they sort of like were shocked by these performances that were just sudden in the space. And then later, we're sort of like now understanding what is this thing that we are building. I remember we then wrote, or we're applying for NVFV funding. That's when like the idea of, if we can build so much documentation, why still wait? And then we then jumped into, this idea of let's shoot. If the funding comes, it will fund us on our way. We started planning for Black Mampatida. I remember it was November, December. December we were doing like November, end of November we were doing location scouts. Remember December because I couldn't move. But Jan we started now working on, pre-production, and by the end of Jan the production was starting. Managed to put together a team, which all of these projects. Later, I remember this year I started feeling overwhelmed because I noticed that we have something noble, something of gold that I need to attend to. But now I'm sort of like, overcommitting myself, and some of my projects that have a meaning to me, I sort of like drift away from. So I wanted to use this as a platform where I hold myself accountable, visit this thing more, where I create more and document the entire process, basically the process of post-production and distribution, how we do it, our own style, creating our own systems basically that we can use as a blueprint, for future projects, and even those who are sort of like joining the entire movement. Also recently, which is this week, I wanted to sort of like move and test this idea of compounding, which, this is the first of it. I hope I sound gibberish, and I hope I'm confusing myself, because I think that's what's gonna set the tone. Me doing whatever that I do, just have fun. I remember when we had a meeting with social media strategists, she said that we need to have fun. If we're not having fun doing this thing, then we must be doing something wrong. Jordan Peele said the same thing. If you write stories and you're not enjoying it, there must be something wrong that you're doing. So I thought maybe I should do the same thing, just have fun, do what I think, but as long as I'm compounding, I'm in the right direction. So this is the introduction of the entire thing. Shout out.